Welcome. Today we'll see a derivation related to strain energy due to torsion or twisting moment. So, in order to explain about torsion and twisting moment, in order to explain torsion or twisting moment, I considered a shaft. Imagine this is a shaft. Okay, imagine this is a shaft. Okay, which is fixed at a end, and the shaft length I am considering it as L. Okay, imagine if it looks like this. Shaft length I am considering it as L, and it is fixed at one end. That end I am considering it as A, and free end I am considering it as B. So due to the torque which was applied, okay, at free end, then the torque I am considering it as T. Okay, due to the application of torque or rotation, it will changes its position or it will undergo deformation. So that what I have given here. So the angle this one I am considering it as phi, and the torque I applied is T. Just this portion, if you consider, this will be that, where R, you know, that one radius, and we know here to here it will be R into d theta, and this one is d theta. Okay, yeah, so that I explained here. Keep just a small element I am considering in this, that's having a length of dx. Okay, consider a shaft of length L, radius R, fixed at one end, subjected to a torque T at the end as shown in the figure. Okay, from the torsional equation is as follows: T by J, that will be equal to tau by R, that will be equal to G theta divided by L, where T is a torsional moment, J is a polar moment of inertia, tau is a shear stress in the element, R is a distance of the element from the center of the shaft. Okay, R is a distance of the element from the center of the shaft, and G is a modulus of rigidity, theta is the angle of twist, L is a length of the shaft. Okay, only these two we can equate now. Just these two I am equating, and I am considering theta value. Okay, then theta will be equal to T into L divided by J into G. Okay, J is a polar moment, G is modulus of rigidity, T is a torsional moment, L is the length of the shaft. Okay, and we know for the what we can say small element. Okay, this is for the total shaft I am considering. For the small element dx, then the deformation that will become d theta, and the length it will become dx. Here it is L, it will be replaced by dx, and d theta can be replaced by theta can be replaced by d theta for the small element. And we know external work that will be equal to half into, here the load we are applying is torsion T, and the amount of deformation is d theta. Okay, that will be the external work done, and then we know total strain energy will be equal to the external work done, that will be say that is T by 2 into dx. This is the same. Total work done will be equal to strain energy, that I can consider it as du for the small elemental deformation. Then in order to get that one, du will be equal to T by 2 into d theta. Just we know d theta value for the small element that I considered here. Substituting this value here, then it will looks like this. Okay, just for the simplification, this is for the small element. In order to get the total length of the shaft, strain energy due to torsion, or even we can say that one as a twisting moment, for the total shaft, that will be equal to, U will be equal to 1 by 2 integrating 0 to L T square into dx divided by G into J. This is the total strain energy for the shaft subjected to torsion. Okay, there ends the derivation. These four derivations are very important. One is related to the axial load, another one related to the moment, another one related to one related to bending moment, another one related to the shear, another one related to the torsion. These are very important, so keep it in mind. Definitely you can expect one question from these 4 derivations. Thank you.